Hello, and welcome to Saturday Cinema. My wife Becky's traveling this week, so you and I will take a look at the movies of Star Wars through a metaphysical lens. When interviewed by Charlie Rose at Chicago Ideas Week on October 17, 2014, Star Wars filmmaker George Lucas talks about the mythology of the Star Wars movies and why he thinks the movies' messages are so universal. Lucas points out that what makes a hero, what makes a friendship, what's the idea of sacrificing yourself for something larger, they're all really basic things. So you say, well, you don't have to make a movie about that. It's very obvious. But it's actually not. In that quote, he might be right. A dominating theme in the Star Wars movies is the Force. Obi-Wan Kenobi, one of Luke Skywalker's mentors as he trains to be a Jedi, defines the Force this way. The Force is what gives a Jedi his power. It's an energy field created by all living things. It surrounds us and penetrates us. It binds the galaxy together. If we were to embrace it in the same way, to the same degree that the Jedi embraced the Force, could the same definition not apply to love? In Colossians 3:12, it says, "Therefore, as God's chosen people, holy and dearly loved, clothe yourselves with compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. Bear with each other and forgive one another if any of you has a grievance against someone. Forgive as the Lord forgave you. And of all these virtues, put on love, which binds them all together in perfect unity." The heroes, Luke, Leia, Han Solo, are all willing to put it all on the line to restore peace to the galaxy. They're trying to rid the galaxy of evil, not for themselves, but for all who are there and all who will come in the future generations. God does the same for us. In Genesis 17:7, it says, "I will establish my covenant between me and you and your descendants after you and their generations, for an everlasting covenant to be God to you and your descendants after you." In all the Star Wars movies, it seems the heroes show up in just the nick of time. It starts with Luke, who is believed to be the last Jedi, is the last hope for peace. In the Bible, in Daniel 12:3, it says, "And those who are wise shall shine like the brightness of the sky above, and those who turn many to righteousness like the stars forever and ever." The weapon of choice in these movies is the lightsaber. It is a special weapon that is almost undefeatable. It is energy in the form of light. It is elegant and powerful, much like the light in the Word of God. In Ephesians 6:13, it says, "Therefore put on the full armor of God, so that when the day of evil comes, you may be able to stand your ground. And after you have done everything to stand, stand firm then, with the belt of truth buckled around your waist, and the breastplate of righteousness in place, and with your feet fitted with the readiness that comes from the gospel of peace. In addition to all this, take up the shield of faith, with which you can extinguish all the flaming arrows of the evil one. Take the helmet of salvation and the sword of Spirit, which is the Word of God." As we get to know the characters in the movie, we find that the evil Darth Vader was once good. He became sure of himself and his abilities to avoid the evil of the dark side, but ultimately succumbed. Later we see Luke drifting dangerously in the same direction of the dark side. Even his appearance changes as he's drawn closer. In Corinthians 10:12 it says, "So if you think you are standing firm, be careful that you don't fall." Tatooine is a small planet that the Empire sees as uninteresting in the movie. Yet some truly extraordinary characters come from there. Anakin Skywalker was born there. His son Luke grew up there. And Han Solo, who starts out as a smuggler, is discovered there. That the Empire had no interest in the planet was the coincidence that allowed these heroes to develop without interference and eventually rise up against evil. Deepak Chopra does a wonderful talk on coincidence. He has a quote that says, "Coincidences are not accidents, but signals from the universe which can guide us toward our true destiny." By taking on the Emperor, Darth Vader is redeemed and restored to his true self, Anakin Skywalker, Luke's father. Luke never gave up on him in the same way that God never gives up on us. I like the quote from British novelist George Eliot, who says, "It's never too late to be who you might have been." In the Bible, we find Abraham as a mentor to Isaac and Jacob a mentor to Joseph, Moses a mentor to Joshua, Elijah a mentor to Elisha, and David a mentor to Solomon. We see many examples of mentorship. In the movie Star Wars, Yoda becomes Luke's mentor. Yoda doesn't interfere but offers advice and perspective. Ultimately, it's up to Luke to decide his destiny. Yoda says, "Decide you must how to serve them best." In Deuteronomy 30:19, God tells us, "This day I call the heavens and the earth as witnesses against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessings and curses. Now choose life so that you and your children may live." Is what you choose to do in the world that makes you extraordinary, and how you look at the world that makes it what it is for you. In the movie, there's a Jedi code that goes, "There is no emotion, there is peace. There is no ignorance, there is knowledge. There is no passion, there is serenity. There is no chaos, there is harmony. There is no death, there is the Force." This isn't so different from chapter 2 of the Tao Te Ching, which reads, "When people see some things as beautiful, other things become ugly. When people see some things as good, other things become bad. Being and non-being create each other. Difficult and easy support each other. Long and short define each other. High and low depend on each other. Before and after follow each other." See the world as you will. Exercise your freedom to choose. As Mahatma Gandhi said, "Be the change you want to see in the world." I believe that is what George Lucas has shown us in the Star Wars movies. Be blessed, and may the Force, God, and love be with you.